Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. Getting ready to get on the bike and head up to Chonburi. V took a turn for the worse the last couple days, and she's back in the hospital, and that's where she is, the Chonburi hospital. So she'll be doing her chemo as an inpatient chemo instead of outpatient chemo. I'll explain more about what's going on, but she's been in there for 2 nights. This will be her 3rd day, and today will be the day she gets chemo. She needed a couple things from home. We'll check in on her and see how she's doing. I just been here for the last, 2-3 hours. It's a little after lunchtime now. V's plugged into the chemo in her hospital room. I'll show you the room and everything. But I guess where this started about 3-4 days ago, they bumped her off the chemo from 3 times a month to 2 times a month. And she would always get her pain meds while she was here for chemo. So with a longer break in between, she ran out of those. And she just started getting in horrific pain. So took her to Banglamun Hospital the other day. They gave her an injection. I thought that was going to be okay, but the next day it was gone and she needed to come here. So they admitted her the other day here at Chonburi Hospital. She's readmitted. And she was admitted here, about 3 months ago, kind of at the beginning of this, before she started chemo, when they were still doing she came here for the biopsy, that's what it was. And it was a different building that she was in, and a different room altogether, different room, different price, different everything. This room's 2,500 baht. It's a little bit bigger of a room, but it has a kind of a little extra sofa bed type thing where the nurse can sleep. The nurse went with her. You might say, well, got plenty of nurses in the hospital. Still good that she has somebody to advocate for her here. The nurse is already on salary, basically, so she might as well stay here with her, and she's there anytime, because they're busy. The nurses are busy. They don't always have every minute to attend to every patient, but V has that. So with the nurses on staff plus her private helper nurse, she's got everything she needs. But the pain's so bad, she's got something hooked into her hand, and they come in about every 2 or 3 hours, and they do an injection of some kind of, I guess it's some kind of morphine, whatever, I don't know, some kind of painkiller. So after the chemo today, or maybe tomorrow, they're supposed to maybe look for some new pain management for her. She's in a lot of pain. I had to buy her Pampers today, diapers. Not because she's incontinent, just it hurts her so much to get up and down from the toilet. So she's definitely taken a turn for the worse here the last week, really just steadily downhill. So I don't know if that's a bump in the road or what, but that's where she's at. I don't know that there's going to be a lot of videos for the next week or so. I don't know. We just have to see what happens with this. She was doing better. She kind of, at the beginning of this, she was getting worse every day. It was a sad decline. She started the chemo and the medicine and all that, and it kind of picked her up. And she got better every day for like a month, to a point where she was at her mother's house, and I came back to pick her up, and she was really good. She had really made strides. She had some swelling in her legs. She had some other little issues, and constipation from the medicine, different side effects, but she was doing much better. We even went out one night. And then, I don't know, around the time she came back from the temple last week, she started downward every day again. So I don't know if that has to do with scaling back the chemo. She's only had like 1 chemo treatment in the last 3 weeks. So she's having one today. We'll see what that does and see what they're going to come up with. But I rode the bike here today. The parking, if you ever have to come to this Chonburi hospital, it's a big sprawling complex, I'll show you. But if you ever have to come here and you're in a car, the best thing to do actually is to park off campus. There's a lovely stone lot. They've got some covered parking. It's 30 baht, and then you pay a 20 baht motor taxi to ride you here. That's like the most convenient. There's a parking garage too outside off campus, but they have a golf cart and you got to kind of wait for that to be full and yada yada. It's not as convenient. Where the motor taxi, as soon as you get out of your car, they're waiting right there for you. They whisk you back and forth, and when you come out of the hospital, whatever entrance, there's guys with the orange vests are everywhere. About 20 of them have passed me since I've been talking here, and they'll take you right back to the lot. So for an extra $1, about a little over $1, you can park there, and I just think it's well worth it. But anyway, the hospital's doing a good job taking care of her. The building she's at, I'll turn this around and show you. That's a newer building here. She's up on the 9th floor. She has a view on the other side of the building though. but it's one of the newer buildings, much newer than the other building she was in the last time, and she likes her room there, so that's what that is. But that's an update for V, and I don't know where we go from here.
So towards the end of the day, a couple friends showed up. That really, I don't know, it really kind of lifted her spirits. I was there all day, and she was kind of just moping in the bed and, you know, just kind of laying around. And then the friends showed up here, and she was a little bit more animated, and, you know, she was a little bit back to normal. I think so. I think that definitely lifts her up. So for the next day, I planned on bringing another friend that doesn't have transportation. But, you know, very nice of people to come and visit. And I think this was the highlight of her day. All the while, she's having the chemo treatment here. It took, I don't know, about 6-7 hours for that whole bag there to drip in. So that'll bring us back to the next day, and we'll bring another friend.
So it's the next day, 2 busy days there in the hospital. I brought V's friend on today to the hospital. We were there a couple hours for a visit. We're both starving, so I stopped here at the Pattaya Cafe. We were here before, but I think this pond or whatever was drained. They keep adding to it, making it bigger. Anyway, I don't think she's ever been here, and we were both starving. But she gets to come home Sunday, so today's Friday. So that'll make, let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That'll make 5 nights in the hospital total. She did have the chemo yesterday. That went fine. Tomorrow she's supposed to have some kind of different pain management program, and she'll be released on Sunday. So not too bad. Hopefully she'll be home sometime around midday Sunday. Tomorrow I've got to go out. She indicated that she needs she wants like a wheelchair to wheel around in when she gets home, because it's just so painful to walk, I guess, the pain she's having now. And we don't know if the pain's going to be mitigated as well as they do in the hospital with this new pain treatment regimen, whatever that is. So I guess tomorrow I'll go around and look at the possibilities of that. That's the kind of thing I know some people have. Sometimes you have to get something like that temporarily. Maybe an accident or something, and you're wheeling around in that, and then they just get pushed off into the corner or into the garage or something and forgot about it. If anybody here has one that they'd like to lend us, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to go out tomorrow and get some prices and see if I can find one. I know a couple places. We'll look at that real quick, and we'll see what happens with that. But we'll enjoy a little meal here. I'll show you the food. I thought there should be a little sparkle of sunshine in this video. So the Pattaya Cafe here usually delivers, and On and I will have a little supper.
Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty.
So the following day, I did go out and make my rounds. Now, there's a chain of stores here that specializes in this kind of stuff. Things you may need, medical hospital stuff that you may need at home, like wheelchairs, even things like hospital beds and potty chairs and all this stuff. These look like exactly the same models they have in the hospital. But we're at Fascino's, by the way. And this one here, this branch, is in North Pattaya, just a couple blocks from Terminal 21, a block or two from City Hall in Pattaya Nua, and they have all the stuff. But it's like anything else. There's all kinds of differences. There's different makes, different models, different styles, and of course, different prices. This one actually, look at this. This one reclines. You can actually sleep in this wheelchair. And they have some that have softer cushions than others, and there are cushions you can put on them. They have some that are part potty chair, part wheelchair, some that you can eat in. There's all different sorts of options. And I think the basic price here, this is like your basic model, $3,600. So about a little over $100 for the basic wheelchair. There's the potty chair model. I like the thick cushion that one had, but then that one has small wheels. So it's it's like anything else. It's a maze. They also have the electrically powered models, which I think are very, very expensive. You can get a decent motorcycle for the price they're asking on those. And the hospital beds here, this one's just like the hospital. Goes up and down, battery or electrically powered. So all sorts. My sales lady here was very nice, and it's a big store. So I recommend this if you need any kind of medical thing, and it's also a pharmacy. So hopefully we have some better news next time, but for this one, gotta leave it off right here.
And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.